Yo, what's happening? You watching Apartment 107 with my man SB Global. I'm Slink Johnson, the Prime Minister of Pound Down, master of the West African monkey spank technique, 5-time wild cheetah submission hold champion, 80, 84, 88, 92, and 96. Check your history, bitch. And we up in this thing. We cutting up big. Apartment 107. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, man. We on the way to the top, baby. Smoke yours.
Definition of a gangster, man. Hustler. Like this. Fuck being nice. Fuck it. I'd rather be feared than
What
liked.
up, y'all? It's SB Global. Welcome to Apartment 107, man. We back with another episode. Got a special guest for you today, Mr. Benjamin Alfonso. Welcome to the show, bro.
Glad to be here, man. It's a blessing. Thank you.
Benjamin has a very interesting story.
Yeah, to say the least, yeah. You could say that.
How old are you?
I'm 30 now.
He's 30 now. At the age of 16, Benjamin was convicted of
Attempted murder.
attempted murder. Tell the people about that, or tell me.
Age of 16, you know, the typical hood story of running the streets, friends, homies, get caught up in some minor bullshit.
Yeah.
That turned into a whole lot of bullshit when you don't know the severity of it.
Right.
Small arrests is a whole lot more than what you think, man.
Yeah.
You jeopardize your entire life. 15 years was a blessing.
That was the sentence you were given.
At the age of 16,
Wow.
they practically doubled me up on a life that I was here on the earth. You 16 years old, go ahead and do 15 in the pen.
Give me as much details about the situation as you can.
As much details.
How was it attempted murder? What was the situation?
It was a feud that quickly escalated.
A gang feud?
Yeah, gang feud, rival gang members going back and forth, and we may have took it a little bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got hurt,
Okay.
severely hurt, and
But they survived.
they survived. Whether that's the best thing or the worst thing that could have happened to us, shit, we in jail for it.
Yeah.
We in jail for it. It's just a blessing I was able to walk up out of there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, during that 15 years, you know, what was the progression from being a 16-year-old to, you know, you got released just maybe a year and a half ago, right?
A year and a half, roughly a year and a half.
At 29 years old, 28 years old?
Yeah.
So walk me through that, man. Being tried as an adult, going to the penitentiary with the big boys as a teenager.
You don't really think about it because when you're free, you're in the streets, you with the homies. Most of the homies is twice your age. These fools is 30 years old hanging out with you on the block.
Right.
So when you in prison with them, it's the same concept. It's just that's the big homie.
Yeah.
I just got to hope he don't hurt me as bad. Like,
Right.
Hopefully he my homie and not my enemy because this is a grown man I'm in the cell living with.
Yeah.
If the opportunity's there, he could, inflict some major pain on me.
Did you have any physical harm or any difficulties, like people trying to impose
absolutely.
themselves on you?
Absolutely. I'd say prison was a rough experience for me. Obviously, I'm from a black gang, but I'm Hispanic.
Okay, so you are Hispanic.
Yeah, I'm Hispanic. I identify as Hispanic, but it doesn't change the neighborhood I grew up in.
But you are mixed with black, though, right?
Yes. Majority of my family's from Cuba. They're Afro-Cuban.
Okay.
Dark complected just like you. Corsair. So if I'm raised around them, my people black. Not
Right.
only that, even if I put that aside, the neighborhood I grew up in is black.
Right.
My friends and associates.
Your
So-
culture is black.
Exactly.
I get you.
The same way people identify as black. I know I'm Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
but the hood I'm from is black.
You speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish fluently.
Okay, that's
and
what's
that
up.
brings problems in itself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they can't even talk in code in front of you.
Yeah, so they look at me sideways. In prison, it's only 3 races. You either white, black, or Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna look at me and assume Mexican. But when that hand is put out there, now hold on, man, I got to tell you from jump, I'm a Crip. I'm from a black gang. So,
Right.
so it has to be stated from jump so there's no miscommunication or confusion. Like, look, this is who I am, this is where I'm from. And then you got to deal with whatever issues or problems comes your way after the fact.
I'm going to rewind a little bit and kind of tell me what it was that even drawed you to the gang culture to begin with.
I'd have to say just the lifestyle in itself, which still attracts me to this day. Not specifically gang culture, but the fast lifestyle of money, cars, girls, the flashiness of...
Yeah, no, you couldn't. You don't like Flash. Not you. Hit him one time.
But it's a whole vibe. Like, this is what I like.
It looks good on you too, bro.
Yeah, whether kids grow up liking race cars.
Uh-huh.
I like the jewelry. I like the low riders and the motorcycles. I like the whole homies hanging out with the music blasting and the women running around us and unlimited access to money.
Right.
Easy money. I don't got to go work an 8-hour shift if I'm with the homies.
Exactly.
All I got to do is hang out, and it's going to come to me.
Yep. It's going to be a lick.
At the age of 14 to 16, who could say no to that?
Is that when you joined at 14?
I'd say 14, 15. I had a short run. Shortest run imaginable.
The penitentiary stint that you did, was that your first arrest or first time in jail?
I'd say my first stretch in jail. I'd been arrested for minor offenses that you could overlook. Like, that's not even real time. But the 15 years was the first time I was arrested and stayed in jail.
Yeah. Okay, so, man, I mean, you knew you had a long, time to look ahead of you. Like, at 16, I know that had to be overwhelming. Like, all right, I'm getting out of here in 13 years at best, right?
Yeah.
And, like, how do you compartmentalize, looking toward that type of time, especially as a 16-year-old?
At that age, it's like you're already lost as a child because of the life you're living. I'd say you kind of just block it out. You don't really think about it. Just think in the moment. What's going to happen today at Yard? What I'm going to do? What's my program? Like, I'm not thinking about 15 years from now. Shit, I don't know if I'm going to make it there.
Yeah.
I might get killed in a race riot. Shit. So it's too far ahead to even imagine. I don't feel like many people think of it as I gotta get home in 12 years. Like, that's a long-term goal. Like, that's hard for a child to process, because at the time you could be tried as an adult. But with the mentality of a child, I can't think I gotta be good on all my best behavior to look forward to getting out early 12 years from now. You're only thinking, like, how everybody gonna look at me on the yard if I let this dude take something from me, embarrass me or hurt me, and I don't react or respond accordingly.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I got nothing holding me back. Bro, you tripping on some shit 15 years from now? Come on, man, he disrespecting you today. You got to do something right now.
Right.
So that's where your mind is at.
You I'm sure you had, one or two of those kind of moments.
Yeah, multiple. And I feel like it's a different type of experience when you're from a different race running with a certain card. If you're Hispanic, running with blacks, automatically you're going to have a harder time in prison. And I don't think a lot of people consider that nowadays. It's a lot of Hispanics from black gangs, or even so blacks from Hispanic gangs.
Absolutely.
But again, that's who they were raised with. That's the neighborhood they grew up in.
Right.
They don't consider, like, man, I'm going to go to jail living this lifestyle. And when I'm in prison, it's going to be a hard decision to make. I'm going to have a hard time because you're not surrounded with your homies. Your homies love you. They're going to have that love for you because they done seen what you're doing. They know who you are.
What was your interaction with or like with Hispanics in prison?
Absolutely no interaction. I tried to make it as minimal as possible. Our only interaction is if we got a problem. My tattoos speak for themselves. I'm covered in tattoos. There should be no reason. Unless you're illiterate and don't know how to read, you shouldn't ask me where I'm from. And I walk around with no shirt on.
That's a personal choice. That wasn't something that...
Personal choice. And I felt like it was my own defense mechanism. Like, bro, read my chest. You still ask me where I'm from, we got a problem. I know you tripping now.
Yeah.
Unless you don't know how to read.
Right.
So that was like my own defense mechanism. Like, stay away from me, bro. We don't got nothing to talk about unless it's an issue. Because if you got too close, it's a greater chance if you're gonna hurt me now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird space. You know what I mean? Because when I was in county and I ran into blacks that, ran with the SA card or the 13s or whatever, and it would be the same thing. No interaction. They wouldn't even acknowledge your presence. Yeah. It's like, bro, you can't even speak. But I'm non-affiliate, so it's different for me.
And it's, I'd say instant animosity for no reason. It's just like, oh, he's supposed to be running with us. Look at this trainer. It's that type of mentality, like, what the fuck this fool doing with the blacks?
Right.
It's vice versa. Nah, man, it's a brother. What the hell are you doing over here with the essays? Like, instantly, it's somebody gonna feel some type of way, and whether it's said in front of you or not, it's being said. And you know it, so my best decision is like, I ain't got no dealings with you.
Yeah.
There's no purpose for me to interact with you, especially you from the opposite side.
Right. Now, before you went to prison, you had a child, right? Or got a girl pregnant?
I did, and unknowingly, too. I didn't find out she was pregnant until my first few weeks in juvenile hall. So that was a lot falling in my lap, which I didn't understand how to deal with.
Was they in correspondence with you, sending you pictures and keeping you up to date?
For the first few months, it was of course, the first few months she pregnant, so I'm there for everything, watching the ultrasound pictures coming through the mail, collect calls, talking to them as much as possible, and trying to be present through a collect call that's being monitored. Right. But it's strained. Them phone calls are only 15 minutes out of a 24-hour day. Yeah. So it's like I got to schedule it right. I got to hope she got money on the phone or she can even pick up or is available to pick up. So it was kind of hard. And, as she has the baby, life goes on. It's not like I had a baby with an older woman. She's my same age. If I was 16, she's 16 too. So to expect a 16-year-old girl to wait for a man who's going to do 15 years in prison, it's like unrealistic.
Did you ever have that unrealistic thought in your mind?
Damn right. I was expecting her to stay. Shit. I expected her to stay.
So you was in there heartbroken when it didn't happen, huh?
Crushed. But that's one of many. One of many. Anybody in prison will tell you they had their heart broke plenty of times. Because you have no emotional interaction with. It's not like, I love the homies, different type of affection. It's like I need women's affection, so I feel like you're emotionally desperate, wanting anybody to be by your side in that situation. Yeah. So when the one that you had when you left dips on you, it's like, God damn, what I'm going to do now?
So you had your 18th birthday in the penitentiary, your 21st birthday in the penitentiary. I'm sure you celebrated with some Pruno.
Yeah. Those were some big milestones for me that it was spent with the fellas, Yeah. We drinking prison-made alcohol and smoking little joints of weed. Yeah. That should look like a toothpick, but we shared it amongst people. It was something to take the edge off, temporary escape.
When did you actually feel yourself, progressing mentally, like becoming a man and thinking different and, starting to plan on going a different way?
There was a moment in my term, probably about 6 to 7 years in, I was constantly in trouble, like getting into fist fights, getting caught with cell phones, which you're not supposed to have. All this is illegal contraband. So
right.
You get a cell phone, each cell phone you get caught with, at the time it was 90 days that you couldn't get back off your sentence.
Wow.
I got caught with like 3 cell phones, phone charges here, stick of weed here, alcohol here. And my time just kept on accumulating to where if I had 15 years, now I'm looking towards 16 and 17. And my release date is getting pushed back further and further. And it's like, nah, but I need this weed on me because I could sell it and I could get like a case of soups. I could get this or I could get that. I'm trying to wheel and deal and bargain. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you doing that shit for a case of soups. Case of soups cost $7 on the streets.
Did you have support from like mom and dad and family members?
I'd say my mom somewhat, but I had one sister who did practically my entire term with me. She was my biggest support system.
That's what's up.
Did everything for me. But again, with the mentality of a child, it's never enough. You always want more. When you're accustomed to living a lifestyle on the streets where you have access to everything and now you're limited to you only could get this certain amount of things per month. I'm like, this ain't nearly enough. I want more shit. That's that childlike mentality of give me more, give me more. And if I can't get more, like I got to find a way to make it happen.
Right.
And that's where all the illegal shit come back in. You're already in prison for doing some illegal shit. So you gonna just keep on this cycle?
Yeah. So 6-7 years, it kind of clicked. That
like, man, fuck, I'm doing with my life. I want to go home, or I'm gonna be stuck in here with these bums all day.
Pretty much. So what was the thing you did? What was the first change you made?
I distanced myself from my homeboys.
Wow.
As bad as it hurt, like the painful hurt, that's like the last relationship you got in prison. You don't got no girl, you hardly got any family. All you got is the homies. So to distance yourself from the homies and step away, like, you know what, bro, I'm about to go take this vocational class. I'm not going to go to yard. That shit hurt because everybody see you changing up. Like, you on bullshit now. Bro, you turning down. I ain't turning down. I'm starting to get smarter, fool. I got 5 years left. 5 years is a shit ton still.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. But in there, 5 years is like I'm on a downhill slope of 15.
Right.
I've done more than half my time now. So consider short time. And you got to start making the decisions to, well, what can I do to get out earlier now? I got to go take this class. How much time that's going to knock off? College courses, what's that going to do for me? So my mentality changed to where I want it better for myself. And don't nobody like to see nobody shine. Because he might have life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit, Bennie trying to go home early? Fuck that's about, man. I thought he liked me. He don't
Why wouldn't I want to go home early?
Exactly. But people look at it like, you ain't built for this. You damn right I ain't built for this. To be in a cage? Hell no. I'm built to live a luxury, like lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's the shit I like. I'm not built for that. To be on a prison yard full of men? Hell no.
Yeah.
Not at all. That's not my life. Not everybody gonna understand it, but that's not for me.
Nah, man. Whoever don't understand that, something is wrong with them. You know what I mean? And a lot of people in prison who just get comfortable in that lifestyle, man, their minds have been warped into thinking that it's okay. That shit is wrong on every level. You know what I mean?
It's a simple lifestyle.
It's inhumane.
Yeah. It's a simple lifestyle. It's easy because you're completely dependent upon everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna wake me up in the morning, tell me it's time for breakfast. They gonna tell me when to go outside to work out and go to yard, you know. My family, I'm gonna wait on them to send me the package. They gonna decide how much food in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taken care of by other people. Nothing you do is at your own will.
But you in there walking around with your chest out claiming to be a man.
It's cool for some, but not for me.
Did you have any outside influence in the pen, like an older cat that kind of mentored you a little bit, or was this all coming out of your mind that, hey, it's the thing to do is to separate from the homies and to take the vocational class? Was you getting any information from any outside source other than the homies?
I'd say the biggest help I could say I got was no help at all, because it like created this bitter resentments towards everybody. Like, damn, I literally volunteered my life for this organization, for the homies, for the gang, and I felt like it was so unappreciated. Like, everybody look at you like, you holding on to clout from 07 and 08. Like, that shit old news, man. The homie just did this last week. And I looked at it like, of course it's old news, fool. I've been in prison since. Like, what you want me to do, still stab people on the yard to keep a clout about myself? Fuck y'all. So when they look at me like, you got to keep up, like, bro, you might have been throwing up gang signs and saying cuz since you was 13, but you didn't get off the porch and really hang out till you graduated, 18.
Right.
By that time, I've been in jail 2 years.
Right.
I'm on my way to prison.
Yeah.
With men twice my age. So I had such a resentment because I felt like everything I did cleared the way and opened up opportunity for so many suckers to flood the streets and live comfortably and safe behind all the work I put in. And they were idolized as like, oh, that's the big homie. No, man, the big homie in prison. All the big homies, everybody who did something they weren't supposed to do to create this name, this notorious name of your hood.
Yeah.
They're all in prison.
Yeah.
Y'all not sending them no money. Ain't nobody going up there to visit your ass. Ain't nobody showing you no love. Like, unless you like scrambled, scraped up some dollars to get yourself a cell phone in there, homies will text you back. They'll send you some photos, add you on Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
Other than that, it's no contribution.
I wanted to ask you, once the situation with the baby mom dispersed, were you able to keep any kind of contact with your daughter, and or are you in contact with her now?
On the mother's side, the grandma was like she played the biggest role in maintaining the relationship between me and my daughter. On my side, I had sisters who would try to bring her. They'll try to see her as often.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to send gifts as often as I could for every holiday, every birthday. Of course, I can't make an occasional regular Wednesday.
Right.
But I'd make the big events, I'd make sure she had birthday gifts from my family, from whoever, just to know she has a father,
Right.
It's a different relationship just based on I wasn't there for anything. The pregnancy, none of the first, second, through 11, 12 birthdays,
Yeah.
I missed it all, so it's a different dynamic. The relationship isn't as sound as someone who has been there their entire life. But I'm still in contact with her. Relationship's hella rocky.
She's what, 13 now?
Yeah, she's going to be 13 in a week.
Wow. Any plans for her birthday?
Based on the way the relationship is right now with her mother, is so much pushback on maintaining the relationship, it's guaranteed I'm not invited. It might be a separate occasion, like y'all have y'all birthday party, and hopefully I can get her and have a separate celebration.
Did you guys kind of bump heads while you were in prison? Did you ever go big on her or something?
Yeah, several times, constantly.
Okay.
It was always back and forths, and I feel like we got similar personalities to where neither one of us are going to back down. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to go all the way. Whichever way you trying to go, I'm right there with you. I'll follow your lead.
Right.
It could either be real good or real bad, and based off, it's bad is always the route we go.
Yeah.
It's never good. So it's just not the best relationship. It's kind of a sad situation. I, of course, wish it was better, but I got to know myself, know my own limits, and say, you know what? I got to stay away from you.
Yeah. I
got to stay away from you, because if not, I'm going to end up in some real trouble. I know myself more than she know me, so she might be doing it blindly, not knowing, I'm going to push the wrong button.
99 times out of 100 in situations like this, the child will eventually gravitate toward the parent who was pushed out at some point anyway. You just got to, remain patient. Don't lose it. Don't react. You know what I'm saying? And just be there when they need you.
And those are my biggest hopes. Just wait patiently till she's ready to come my way. Mm-hmm. Build myself and make sure I got a perfect setup for when she do. Whenever that door is ready to be opened, hey, look everything I got set up for you over here.
Speaking of that, everything you got set up, man, you've been home 1.5 years.
Yeah.
What have you been able to accomplish in that time?
Luckily, I was able to land a good job, man. Hard job. It ain't easy. I'm part of the Carpenters Union.
Oh, so.
First job I've ever had. Never worked other than that.
Wow.
And started off low pay, but within 1.5 years, I'm at roughly $35 an hour right now. Got a raise next month. It'd probably put me at 37.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
That in itself is a blessing. I got great benefits, Again, hard work. Waking up 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. But it's what you want to do? You want to go sell dope or be in these streets robbing and stealing, or you going to live legit?
Yeah.
This is money I could keep. Can't nobody take it from me and say I earned it illegally.
Right.
This is my shit. I'm able to buy my own stuff, and I could keep it. It's guaranteed. It's coming to me as long as I wake up and go get it.
I got to feel good to know.
It does, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. But
your first job, huh?
Yeah, first job.
Hopefully your last one.
Yeah,
and you can just go into business for yourself after this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah.
One job. Then from there, you graduate to owning your own thing.
Absolutely.
Because what kind of company is it?
It's a Carpenters.
Carpenters. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And you're in the union, so
in the union.
That's what's up, man.
Well taken care of. It's a good gig, I'll always want more. I mean, never enough, so I got to keep on wanting more, keep pushing for more. Mm-hmm. But considering the situation I'm coming from, got no work experience, I was able to get some education. I'm only about a semester away from getting a degree. I did some college in prison. But even still, it's like, bro, you got no work experience, not no real education. So what can you bring to the table trying to walk into anybody's office and demand, I want high pay, give me $50 an hour?
Right.
Like, fool, you didn't even know how to sit down and shake my hand. How I'm going to pay you this that you demanded?
So it was opportunities like this to learn trades, to get training and certifications
Absolutely.
in prison.
Yeah.
And what would you say the percentage of inmates there is taking advantage of these opportunities?
Less than 5 to 10%. 10% is pushing it. Nobody takes advantage of that. You go in them classrooms and they're empty unless they're forced to go. Unless it's mandated by the prison, like, look, we putting you in school regardless, they're going to show up and put their head down and sleep for that 2 to 6 hours that they in that classroom.
The day you were released, how long did it take? From the day you were released, how long did it take for you to have that job?
Probably 2 months. And it didn't look for me. It didn't find me. It was something I had to chase after.
Wow.
There's a man by the name Wesley Crunk. Great fucking dude. He's an instructor at the Whittier Training Facility for the Carpenters Union. Formerly incarcerated too. I can't tell his story.
Right.
Formerly incarcerated, turned his life around, retired from carpentry. Now he's an instructor. Good dude, man. He creates opportunities for minorities. Whether you come from whatever type of background that gave you a disadvantage, he's going to create an opportunity for you to get your foot in the door. After that, once the foot is in, it's all on you. You got to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
But he offered that opportunity to me. I took it and ran with it. No hesitation.
Yeah.
So I can't say I'm just blessed. My mindset was already there.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired of living bad. Whole life is a struggle. Can't nobody from the hood, if you from any type of projects in ghetto, you can't have that persona of like, oh, I'm the man right now. I got it. No, you don't, bro. You live Section 8. You live in poverty. Like, you got to want better for yourself. How can I be drenched in chains and nice car, but my car worth more than the spot I'm living in?
Yeah.
Like, I want better for myself. I had bad all my life. At what point do you say, like, you know what, this ain't it?
When you got released, did you have to go back to your neighborhood?
I didn't. I moved out the neighborhood.
Okay.
Moved into a different neighborhood, but it wasn't mine, so it was easy for me to stay away. Don't nobody know me.
Who held you up when you first came home?
Initially, I moved in with my pops.
Okay. Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah, man, Pops a good dude. He old as hell, but he hanging in there. He think he's young. Up. He think he still got it, but I love that man. He, he was there for me when I came home and embraced me, forgave me, all the stress I caused on the family.
I'm sure he's extremely proud of you today.
Absolutely. He happy to have me back just like anybody else in my family.
Yeah. So, you got bomb-ass job. That happened 2 months.
Yeah.
Anything else happened within those 2 months?
Oh, yeah, man. First day out, I kid you not. First day out, surprisingly, my sister just hit me up, like, get dressed, bro. I'm taking you out. I'm with whatever at this point. What else I'm going to do? Sit in the house? So I get dressed, put on whatever outfit. And at this time, I ain't got no sense of style, no swag. I'm institutionalized. I'm rigid as hell. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do, how to move. But she take me to a nightclub in Hollywood, man. Met this girl, and she was the one, bro.
Which girl?
Yeah, she
This girl?
Yeah, this girl here.
What's this girl name?
The first 24 hours, you got out.
Miss Christie.
We're going to introduce Miss Christie to the podcast.
Yeah, within the first 24 hours, man.
Come on, Miss Christie.
Where do you want me?
I think this camera, you bump this camera right here.
Okay, I got you. So this the girl you bumped?
Absolutely.
The first day home?
First day, she didn't know what she was doing. She had no idea what she had made for her running into me.
Welcome to the show, Miss Christie.
Thanks for having me.
Get a little closer to that mic if you could. Thank you so much. Miss Christie.
This is my husband.
Wow. So you guys are married or?
I just proposed this New Year's.
Wow. Yesterday.
Proposed.
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah, Friday.
Okay, Friday.
Friday, yeah, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Got you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I never knew, but here we are, and it's been amazing. It doesn't really change anything. I mean, we've been living together. We've been talking about forever, but
Forever.
yeah, isn't that crazy?
For a year and a half. Feels like forever.
All the lonely nights, it was worth it, bro.
Yeah. So you guys go out first day.
Thursday.
It's a connection. What happened? You get her number? Like,
It was a subtle connection. I ain't get no more than Instagram.
oh yeah.
Instagram and a fake name, bro.
Follow me.
Yeah, she gave
Follow
a fake
me on
name.
a fake name.
I was in a relationship.
Yeah, she was in a
He
relationship.
wasn't
Well,
an option.
you shouldn't have
And
been.
He was trouble. You look like trouble. You set you up with anyone you want, but me. He's like, I don't want anyone else but you.
Yeah, I'll pass on everybody else. I know what I like. I don't necessarily have to have been to that store, but I know what I want out of that store as soon as I step in it.
Right.
I'm not going to waste no time trying any other flavors. I know what I like.
Wow.
So I see her. It's like, what? I'm going to waste my time chasing this one and that one.
So you follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, I follow her. You know, I'm in hot pursuit. I respect the relationships that's there, but
Not really.
yeah, not really. To an extent,
Not really.
to an extent, I got to care about myself more than any other man.
Did you jump in her DMs?
Absolutely.
Did you respond?
Yes, he apologized
Yeah,
for being so
hard eyes and
thirsty
all
that
that.
night. That's what he did. He apologized for being so thirsty that night. But we just kept it very casual. I remember he asked me to go to his sister's birthday party and said it would mean a lot to her. So I was like, you know what? It's been COVID and everything. Let me step out. Let me look decent. I'm single now.
Right.
Let me look decent. Let me step out. And he asked me, I knew he was drunk, but I know he asked me at least 30 times, are you good? Do you need anything? Do you want some of this? Do you want some of that? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Freaking me out. But then I asked somebody, I was like, hey, so how's he been doing now that he's out? Like, is he okay? Like, with COVID, what's life like? And like, he's actually doing well. He's got a good job with great benefits, this and that, working hard, getting overtime. I was like, I was impressed. Like, I didn't know what to expect of this man that I had just met. Like, but I knew the odds were up against him. And then the world shut down.
Yeah.
Just less than 6 weeks after he got out. Like, I was concerned. He was like one of my best friend's brothers. I was concerned, but I was so impressed just off the bat. And then, I don't know, a couple weeks after that, we're flirting a little bit on Instagram. He's like, by the way, I made us reservations on Sunday night at 9 o'clock at Javier's. I was like, did you? Did you really? Well, as a matter of fact, I'm available. I guess we're going.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not expect.
And did that dinner, did that do it? Were you sold?
Sold. I have her locked in. I had her locked in, man. A whole lot of thought went into this. It's 13 years of premeditation. I
Hey,
wasn't gonna let that
when you had you already made the reservation in real life, or was that
real
just
life.
let me check and see
Real
how?
life. Reservation was booked, made,
Yeah.
time, everything. What I didn't consider is I had work the next morning.
So what?
Now,
We'll figure that part out.
Oh, gosh.
that's a whole nother part of the story.
Okay, let's
I
get into
show
it.
up- yeah, you know, I'm a fast forward about 5 hours or so after the dinner, but I'm showing up to work about an hour late,
Ooh.
half drunk.
Oh my God.
Don't got none of my work gear, but I'm here though.
You're wearing all your
So
chains?
I got all my jewelry on still.
Wow.
To the job site, they was like, man, what's up with you? Hey, I'll explain later, bro. I'll explain it later.
Damn.
Wait till you see the one I had last night.
Wow.
Not knowing that's the last one I ever had, man.
The only
Damn, been with us
the
since?
only one you ever needed.
Yeah. Oh, first
Who
date.
knew?
First date, she ain't left my side since.
Wow. So he was that guy, huh?
Yeah.
He was everything.
That's it.
Man, I'm happy for you guys, man.
you.
Yo, you guys set a date?
No.
Anything?
I feel like it's not important. Like, again, it's just we knew for like a long time that it's gonna be forever. So I feel like there was no rush. I was surprised and completely shocked because I didn't expect it for a couple of years because we're not rushing. We're talking about getting a house first. We're talking about starting a family first, about getting some dogs and some cats and stuff. Like, there's no need for a ring or a title or anything. Like, we accepted what we are, and that was all that I needed. So I was completely surprised. I'm like, is this real? Are you sure?
Now,
Reach me.
what do you do for a living?
I'm a celebrity nail artist.
Okay.
Yeah, I work for myself now, which is amazing.
Great. Now, you said you guys moved in like right away too?
Yeah, for October was the first date. You moved in July 1. So that's like 8 or 9 months.
7th month, 10th month. That was 3 months. Right?
October.
You met in July. Oh, October to July. My bad. Okay. So,
like 9 months, I think.
Yeah. So how was that transition? It's been wonderful.
Actually,
God damn it, cut off again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna use these.
I mean, actually, we've been really good as just like cohabitating. It's been really both like really hygienic, really clean, really organized, really considerate. Like, he does things for me, I do things for him in the house. Like, oh, don't worry, I already put that away for you. Oh, don't worry, I got this for dinner. You don't have to worry about it. Like, we've been really considerate. So that was actually probably one of the easiest things about moving in. I mean, mostly I would say everyone says communication is key, but considering how obviously different our backgrounds were, like, we communicate very differently. We interpret things very differently. He'll say something that I understand completely different than how he meant for it to be understood. And it takes a lot of effort to, like, well, do you see how I saw it? Now do you see how I saw it? Like, it takes a lot of, like, back and forth for us to really understand sometimes. But I think what's been really important for us is wanting to get on the same page.
Right.
Like, wanting to understand and doing whatever it takes, because I'm dying to be on the same page as you. Like, I gotta know what you mean. So I think that's what's really paid off for us.
You still battle with any anger issues?
I'd say at times I could be short-tempered or frustrated, but not so much anger. I'm not hurting nobody or going overboard to where it'll jeopardize my freedom or safety. So
Right.
I feel like I'm dealing with it.
You seem pretty chill.
Yeah, for the most part, I'm just trying to have fun. I'm enjoying my life, my freedom, and my family. That's the biggest thing right now.
How'd you get this Instagram cracking like you got it, man?
I feel like it's a presentation of a lifestyle. Right now, everybody likes flashy and let me see what he's doing or where he's at, who he's with. And, of course, it helps that I got a supermodel wife by my side everywhere I go.
Right.
I could go out the house with a pro club and some sweats on, but I got her by my side. They'd be like, he must be somebody to have her hanging on to him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think we make each other look good.
Yeah, that's not ever a bad thing.
We make each other look good. So many times we've gone out, people try to take our pictures. They think he's a rapper, and I'm like his import model girlfriend. It's it's the craziest thing.
I run with it. I ain't about to correct him. What I look like? Nah, I just got released from prison. Hell, yeah, I'm that rapper. That's me.
Wow.
I run with it.
So, I mean, was it a lot for you to have you ever had like a guy that was like a thug or an ex-con or anything?
No.
Didn't think you
Why would I do that?
Didn't think you would ever be interested in that type,
no,
right?
I mean, every girl wants the bad boy, but not to marry. You know what I mean? Like,
that
could be for fun, for sure. Like, you're attractive, he's exciting, whatever. Like, oh, it sounds great, but I would never before take somebody seriously from his walk of life. But it was an instant, like, chemistry, like an instant connection, and he just has these very, like, traditional concepts of love and chivalry and family, which, you know, especially guys, just people from Los Angeles specifically or Hollywood are just so, like, shallow and materialistic and narcissistic. Like, for someone, especially just, like, he's a stud and just, you know, with all of this, like, energy to still, like, believe in the depth and truth behind love, it's like,
yeah,
I got so lucky.
Well, I don't know, man. She pumping you up. You the bomb, man.
She making me blush.
I was sitting over here like, man, I got to get like him. What was the thing I wanted to say? God damn it. How your family and friends felt about you being with a guy like him.
I got a lot of pushback, a lot of the common question was, do you feel safe around him? And it's weird because I didn't really think of it, like, about it that way. I was like, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever felt more safe around somebody. I've never met someone who is willing to do whatever needed to make me happy and to make me feel safe and protected.
Right.
And I've dated law enforcement, and I felt the worst, like, around that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's just completely different. But, yeah, I decided to step away from my entire immediate family for not approving of our relationship. So I'm glad I did.
You see that ever making amends?
Not anytime soon.
Wow.
They don't even know that we got engaged. So
Yeah, I hate to hear that, man. I hope it gets better soon.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, man, you have a very powerful, you know, it's just a great story, man. I mean, look at this. I mean, you guys both two, you know, it's a gorgeous couple. You know what I'm saying? She's got her thing with the celebrity nail teching. You making big money with the union, and you got other big things in the works. Are you you doing the personal training, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Both of us just got certified as physical fitness trainers.
So you know that's probably going to end up being some celebrity training too, right?
We trying to make.
You know she gonna plug you. She gonna make it happen.
We trying. That's the goal. That's the end goal, man.
Yeah.
We're trying to make some big changes for this upcoming year. So
Man, I won't be surprised to see you guys, you know, up there with the big, you know, influencers on the social media, man. You know, with the fitness and everything, and you know, I mean, who knows with the acting maybe too, right?
Yeah.
You interested in that?
I'll always be open to it. I wouldn't mind going to a few casting calls, see what I land, type of roles.
What would you tell people that have been to prison and haven't been able to get off their feet and kind of don't know how to go about it? What would you say what would you tell them to do, or what's the direction they need to go?
I just express how the opportunity is always out there, man. You just got to be willing to make the sacrifices and take the right type of risk. Everybody just always assumes that if you taking risks, they're dangerous or bad. No, man, take a risk and go to them job interviews. Go apply yourself. You got to be willing to put in the work to get the type of results you're looking for. Everybody wants maximum pay for minimum work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand and be open-minded to your background. Like, look how everybody else is going to look at you. You can't just expect, like, oh, he's judging me. That's natural, bro. You got to compensate for that.
You have to write down attempted murder on your no.
Now, if they ask, which I believe they're not supposed to.
Okay.
A lot of places don't ask. Union don't care.
Okay.
Union don't care.
So go for a union job. If you're looking for a job, that's what you want to do.
Any type of labor, man, they'll take care of you and your family. You'll get a decent amount of wages. You just got to be willing to do it. It don't come easy.
What would you tell the young guys out there, 16, trying to get into the culture, trying to make a name for themselves?
They got a long road ahead of them. It's going to be a rough lifestyle. They're going to run into a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, struggles, and strife ahead of them. It's a hell of a lifestyle. If you feel you built for that, have fun with it, but know the commitment you're making. Know the sacrifices you're making. You're giving up your family, your loved ones, anybody that you hold dear other than your homeboys. You better hope you got the right homeboys.
Yeah.
Because not all the homies is homies. They only your homies until they become your enemies.
Yeah.
That ain't the safest lifestyle, man. If you really about that life, if you really one of them dudes, you're going to prison for sure. Ain't nobody just out here putting in work and just sliding through the cracks for life.
Right.
If you one of them dudes who have a 30-year career in that criminal lifestyle and never been arrested, I mean, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing nothing.
Right.
If you active, you going to get caught soon. Cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Door ring bells, cars, everywhere. It's a hell of a lifestyle to get involved in. Temporary fun. I had no more than a year and a half max stretch running the streets. A year and a half of fun for 15 years in prison in the cell about the size of a restaurant.
Now you just had a year and a half of nothing but blessings since you've been home.
Bounce back.
Once you decided to change your mind.
I changed my mind, changed the way I live, the way I move, changed the people I surround myself with.
Hopefully the next 15 years will be a whole lot better than those last ones, right?
Absolutely.
Anything else you want the people to know before we go?
Got to live the life that's meant for you. Can't try to appease the masses of this whole criminal lifestyle, the gang members and the homies. It's ultimately not going to be worth it. You got to think of what type of benefits you're going to get from that. Short and long term, you might get some fist bumps, a slap on the back, and that's right, homie, you solid. But long term, ain't nobody taking care of your family.
Right.
You got to think about yourself and the ones that you care about. Ultimately, you're going to be the only one taking care of them. You're going to be the only one that take care of you the way you want to be. If something happened to me, ain't nobody going to care after my girl the way I care for her. My children, my siblings, it's all on my shoulders.
Yeah.
If I fall, everybody else falling behind me. Ain't nobody picking up no slack, man.
Hey, man, well, I want to thank you both for coming to Apartment 107. Got a lot from your story. Man, I'm happy to see that you're home. You're here. Your mind is where it needs to be. You're going where you need to go. And that's only going forward, for what I can tell. Man, I can't wait to see what happens in the next year or so. Hopefully you will come back once you're a celebrity. No, we invited you here, but you know what I'm saying, first.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. Here, I'm SB Global. This is Apartment 107. That's Bennie Blanco. That's Kristen. And we check y'all next time.
Thanks for having us.